Hey there, welcome back to the channel. So you're thinking about starting an LLC in Florida? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about forming a limited liability company in the Sunshine State. Now, whether you're a first-time entrepreneur or looking to expand your business empire, this step-by-step guide will make the process as smooth as possible. First things first, let's talk about what an LLC actually is. So an LLC, or limited liability company, is basically a business structure that combines the personal liability protection of a corporation with the tax benefits and flexibility of a partnership. I mean, it's really the best of both worlds. You get to protect your personal assets, like your home, car, and savings, from business debts and lawsuits, while also enjoying simpler tax filing and fewer formal requirements than a corporation. Now, you might be wondering, why should I form an LLC in Florida specifically? Well, there are actually several compelling reasons that make Florida an excellent choice for entrepreneurs. First and foremost, Florida has no state income tax. That's right, zero. This means that if your LLC is taxed as a pass-through entity, which most are, you won't have to pay state income tax on your business profits. And honestly, that alone could save you thousands of dollars each year depending on your income level. Another major advantage is Florida's business-friendly climate. The state government has really gone out of its way to create policies that support entrepreneurship and business growth. Plus, Florida has a robust economy. It's actually the fourth largest in the United States, which means there are plenty of opportunities for new businesses to thrive. Oh, and let's not forget about the relatively low filing fees. While some states charge an arm and a leg to form an LLC, Florida keeps it pretty reasonable at just $125 for the initial filing, and the annual report fee is only around $75, which is quite affordable compared to many other states. Now, if you're looking for the easiest way to form your Florida LLC without any headaches, I recommend using Northwest Registered Agent. They'll handle all the paperwork and filing for you, making the process virtually stress-free. And hey, if you decide to use their services, you can find an exclusive discount link in the description and pinned comment below this video. Speaking of making things easier, Florida also has a straightforward online filing system that's available 24/7. This means you can submit your LLC formation documents anytime, anywhere, even at 3 in the morning in your pajamas if that's when inspiration strikes. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of setting up your Florida LLC. The first crucial step is choosing a name that not only represents your business well, but also complies with state requirements. In Florida, your LLC name must include the words Limited Liability Company or the abbreviations LLC or L.L.C. And of course, it needs to be unique. You can't use a name that's already taken by another business in Florida. So, you've got a few names in mind? Great. Before you get too attached, though, you'll want to check if they're actually available. You can do a quick search on the Florida Division of Corporations website. I'll include that link in the description below. Now, this preliminary search isn't official, but it gives you a good idea if your name is likely to be approved. When selecting a name, try to avoid anything that could be confused with a government agency or that suggests services you don't actually provide. For example, if you're not a bank, don't include bank in your name. And it's also smart to make sure that your name is something you'll be proud to use for years to come. Next up, you'll need a registered agent. This is basically someone who accepts legal documents on behalf of your LLC. In Florida, your registered agent must have a physical address in the state, not just a P.O. box, and be available during normal business hours. You could technically be your own registered agent if you live in Florida, but I mean, do you really want legal papers being served to you in front of clients? Plus, if you're ever unavailable during business hours or go on vacation, you could miss important documents. That's why I recommend using Northwest Registered Agent. They'll handle all this for you professionally, and actually I've arranged a special discount for my viewers. You can find that link in the description and pinned comment below. Now, when it comes to actually forming your LLC, you have two options. You could do it yourself by filing your articles of organization with the Florida Division of Corporations and paying them filing fee of $125. But honestly, this can be time-consuming and, well, a bit confusing if you're not familiar with the process. That's why, for most people, I recommend using a formation service. They'll handle all the paperwork for you, ensure everything is filed correctly, and even provide you with a registered agent service. On top of that, they offer great customer support if you have any questions along the way. Now, after submitting your formation documents, the approval process in Florida typically takes 5 to 7 business days if you file online. If you mail in your documents, it could take several weeks. But here's a tip. If you're in a hurry, Florida offers expedited processing for an additional fee. Now, let's file those articles of organization with the Florida Division of Corporations. First, you'll need to include your LLC name, principal place of business, registered agent information, and effective date. The filing fee is $50, and you could submit online through sunbiz.org for the fastest processing. Typically, you'll receive approval within 3 to 5 business days if filing online, though mail submissions can take a bit longer. So an operating agreement isn't actually required in Florida, but trust me, it's absolutely essential. This document outlines how your LLC will function, covering things like ownership percentages, voting rights, profit distribution, and what happens if a member leaves. Think of it as a roadmap for your business that helps prevent misunderstandings down the road. I've seen partnerships fall apart because they skipped this step. And, well, it's not pretty when that happens. Next up, you'll need to get an employer identification number, or EIN, from the IRS. This is basically your business's social security number. You'll need it to open a business bank account, hire employees, and file taxes. And here's the good news, it's completely free. Just head to the IRS website and apply online. You'll get your EIN immediately after completing the application. Now, if paperwork isn't your thing, I recommend using Northwest Registered Agent to handle your LLC formation. They'll take care of everything we've discussed so far, saving you time and potential headaches. Now, before you start operating, check if your business needs any specific licenses or permits. Florida requires certain businesses like restaurants, contractors, and healthcare providers to obtain special licenses. You might also need local permits depending on your county or city regulations. It's definitely worth checking with your local government offices to make sure that you're fully compliant. I've seen people make some avoidable mistakes when forming Florida LLCs. First, don't mix personal and business finances. Open a separate business bank account right away. Second, many new owners forget about the annual report requirement. In Florida, you must file this by May 1st each year with a fee of $125. Missing this deadline results in a hefty $400 penalty, so mark your calendar. Once your LLC is formed, you'll want to create a business plan, set up account systems, and consider business insurance. I also suggest consulting with a tax professional about your options. Florida has no state income tax, but there are still federal tax considerations. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all these steps, Northwest Registered Agent can really simplify the process. They'll handle all the paperwork and provide ongoing support as your business grows. Remember, you can find that discount link in the description below. Congratulations, you're now equipped with everything you need to start your Florida LLC. With proper planning and the right resources, you'll be up and running in no time. Good luck with your new business venture.